Alright, I'm live. Welcome to day number 62. And today the goal is, well, today is a coding stream. So today we are coding a lot. Here. That's our only plan for today. What will we be coding? You might be asking, what we will be coding? And I made here a post and I asked, what do you want to see? And I would say that a lot of people wanted to see LWC plus Apex, which is interesting because I was expecting more people voting for this one than for this one. Okay. But if the majority, almost 40% of people say they want to see LWC or LWC Pure or LWC plus Apex, we're going to be doing that. So for today, we're going to be finishing these two cases, which are pure LWC cases. So those are the cases that I'm using for teaching. This is one homework from like 30 homeworks that I have for my one-to-one mentoring program. And this is just practice cases for LWC. So we're gonna be doing this case number 4, and we're gonna be doing also case number 5. So case number 4, basically, we need to create here a table, and in this table we're gonna list all the contacts that have a birthday today, just as an overview. And for example, and then the HR manager gonna go into this form, and they say, okay, this person, it's our well-known customer, and this person has a birthday today. Let me send an email. And instead of doing it manually, basically the HR person just gonna click and email is sent. That's what we're gonna be doing today. That's number 1. And we're gonna be using, let's see if we're gonna be using just Apex emails, or maybe we're gonna use a template. I think we should go for a template. And this is the first case. And the second case is we're going to be using the API that we used one of the first or second coding stream. And we're going to write an LWC, which is going to be basically checking this this email. So you put an email, you click on check email, an API request is sent, and you see if it's educational email or not. Basically, kind of verification. Now, why I'm doing those coding streams is because I want to show people how an actual feature is getting built. Like in real life, like how would you, if you're a developer as me with 4 or 5 years of experience, how would you actually go and solve the banana? welcome. How would you actually go and solve a feature from scratch? That's what I want to show. And this is not going to be all the education. So I'm not going to go through all the details unless you stop me and unless you ask me. But I'm going to show you how I, as a developer, would actually develop this thing. Let me close my calendar, quit Notion. And I started the timer here for around 3 hours. I think we're going to need less time for that because that doesn't seem like a very hard components. So yeah, let's start with the first one. And I'm gonna open here, file, open LWC stream. And this one, I'm gonna make it smaller. And we have here our cases. And I'm gonna create here a folder. I'm gonna get case 4. But before that, let me go here and write welcome to the day 62 already. Join Discord here. So if you want to hang out offline, then join the Discord. We're building a community basically of people who wanna get to 10k a month of business. And usually I stream everything business related, but because, hey, wait a second. Am I online or am I offline? No, it looks like I'm online. Okay. I don't know. Okay, that's fine. For whatever reason, it shows for me. Okay. No, that looks good. I know it. Just Restream shows me that I'm offline for whatever reason. Let me refresh it. Oh yeah, now everything shows correct. All right, no, that seems to be good. Okay, so we're here in the LWC, and let me make it a little bit smaller so that you can see more of that stuff. And open the stream org. It opens, of course, in another tab. Here we go. Okay, so the first case is a table with actions. Let me create here birthday table. Birthday table. Oh, and one more thing. I'm gonna need to start here. Event. How can I start the event? I know it's a little bit earlier than usually. Oh, come on, Discord. Start event. Yeah, so I started a little bit earlier because why not? Why not? Okay, so this is the birthday table. Tests, as always, delete. And as always here, gonna be doing data table because I think it brings a lot of data table. LWC. Because I think data tables actually brings a lot of good stuff like that. It brings already a lot of things out of the box, so I don't see a reason why I wouldn't use it. Example, basic one. Okay, and then we need columns, which I usually actually put within JavaScript. So we need to remove the const and need to put those things. Data and columns. Okay, so what columns do we want to have? Want to have columns name, let's say email, and birth date. Birth date, and then another one, what we want to have is an action with raw action. Let's see what they have. Okay, they have this type of action. We want to have a little bit different type of action, but I think that's gonna work on raw action. I want to have here a button actually. So columns on raw action. Salesforce works as a database or backend for making sites. No, Salesforce is a CRM. I mean, what you can see here, that's Salesforce, and then if we go, for example, to the let's go to the contact, to the contacts. You can see here different contacts. So that's where we're gonna be building it. I kind of think about maybe we should make homepage, but I'm not sure. Let's see. I totally forgot how to make a button in LWC table. That table button. This one. Type button, fixed width. I don't want to fix width. Type attributes, edit brand. Is it? Wait, do they have in the documentation how to make it with a button? Is it CMS? No, it's a CRM. No, they don't really have. I heard they make Heroku. Yeah, they own Heroku. They do own Heroku. Okay, let's maybe also write a little bit of Apex. Create Apex class, and as an Apex class, we're gonna have, let's say, birth date controller. Birthday table controller. And here we're gonna have Aura enabled, and here we're gonna query all contacts that have birthday today. You know, before we do it, let me actually outline what we want to do. Let me outline here. I think I have somewhere. Here's a Notion thing. Yeah. Where do you host Apex Learning website backend? It's on Vercel. Okay, so here's what we're gonna be doing today. Imagine this is your Salesforce org, right? And imagine you're in a sales rep. And as a sales rep, you wanna have some kind of, you wanna just send an email to congratulate someone of your clients. And what we wanna do today is we wanna write this table here basically that's gonna display all the contacts that have a birthday today. And it has this green button of congratulate. And when we click on this button, an email automatically is being sent to those prospects. Not prospects, to those people who are your clients. So you want to send them, oh, congratulations, you have a birthday today, just to be on top of mind so that people don't really forget you. And the catch behind this is that you don't want to allow user or a sales rep to send the same email twice. Because imagine if you can click like twice, 3 times on the same button. That's kind of not good. So you want to mark those contacts that are already received email. So you want to mark them in some way. And it's actually a little bit more tricky than it looks at the first place, because how are you gonna actually mark them? If you only query for the contacts that have the birthday today, if you mark them, then what you're gonna do in 1 year? Because in 1 year, this component should still be working, right? And here I see at least 3 different solutions how we could approach this. The first one is we could create some kind of checkbox, and when we query all the contacts here, we could uncheck the contacts from the previous day. And like this, we're going to be moving day by day, and we're going to be seeing that, okay, today I'm querying everyone who has a birthday today. And then when you click on the button here, we set this checkbox to checked, email sent, and at the same time, all the previous contacts are unchecked. That's one of the approaches. Another approach, we could set up some kind of batch that would run and delete just every checkbox that is not the okay. So the second approach would be that we can set up a batch that would just clear up the checkboxes of all the contacts that it can find for the last day. Or we can run some kind of scheduled. If we don't have that many contacts, we could also probably get away with just scheduled Apex. And this is the approach that I will be going for, because I want to show you how to implement the batch part. So I want to show you how to make the whole combination basically of LWC, Apex. So we're going to be querying contacts. Then we're also going to have scheduled Apex, and we're going to have also batched Apex. That's what we're going to be doing today. And if you're watching the stream and you wonder why did I reiterate again on what we're going to be doing today, because I'm going to take this part of what I'm saying and I'm going to re-upload it to LinkedIn so people can actually see what we are doing today. That's why I wanted to reiterate of what we're going to be doing. So before we actually start, I like to make just a very short, just write it down, a plan, because that's usually the way you should approach, especially if you're a beginner. I have the whole plan already outlined in mind because it's quite an easy case, so we don't really need a lot of planning in advance. But here's what we're going to be doing. First, LWC plus Apex query contacts. Second, we're going to have a new field, congratulation email, or like let's call it congratulated. So new field congratulated, and the third thing is we're gonna have batch plus scheduled for cleaning the checkbox, or let's say for clearing checkbox for those contacts that are already in the past. That's pretty much outlined. So in total, we're gonna have at least one LWC and at least batch, scheduled, and controller at least 3 Apex classes. Let's start with it. So that was intro, something that I'm gonna be cutting for LinkedIn, because I noticed that actually quite a bit of people watching from LinkedIn, they see what I do and they go and check out those streams. I mean, of course, free education. Why? I mean, why not? That's quite something. All right. So what do we have? We have here Apex. Let's start get contacts. I would say something like query contacts with birthday today. And here in the where, I'm gonna say birthday equal to today. Let's see if we can do it. Let me deploy something, and probably let me also create immediately a few contacts like this. Let me just do it here. So this contact, where's the birthday? Oh, you know what? Actually, not the birthday, but the day only is equal to today. That's more correct. Yeah, that's more correct. Okay, let's go for today, but here's something like 1964. Illuminati, hi. Omar, hi. Welcome. Good morning. Omar, is it the morning for you? For me, it's already day. Nice to see you. Darshan, hi. Welcome. The usual group is here. We're web. You, I don't remember from the last streams. Welcome. It's 8 AM here. Where are you? You summoned everyone. I see. Canada. All right, that's true. Okay, so it's not gonna be that easy to query this contact. That's interesting. Query contacts with birth date today. Circle query. Hmm. Yeah, relatives are important. I wonder how can I get here? Select ID, name, email from contact. Where I mean, let's ask ChatGPT. Let's see what ChatGPT can say to this thing. That's harder than I thought. Let me open the developer console because that's an interesting. I never thought about it that we need to use those. Let's see. From where day and month birthday equal to. Yeah, here's what I think. We cannot really use this literal on the right part, right? Yeah, we can't. So let's say today's gonna be 3 and 3. Okay, so at least this one works. Let's see, maybe we can spot some other things like this. This is day and month. Is there something like month in year? Calendar month. Calendar month. And calendar month, birthday, equal 3. Nice. That's the way we should be doing that. So, obviously it's not going to be 3, so it's not going to be hard-coded, but it's already better. Let's say like this integer, day, month, and then here we can say day, month equal to month, and here, day. And that should work. Okay, now we also need to create a new field, because that's the way we're gonna handle if we already have sent an email or not with the congratulations. The field is gonna be checkbox. Let's say it's congratulated. Did you mate learn Apex website alone? No, I have Sasha, that awesome developer working for me with me. Congratulated. So we need to query this one again. Okay, so we have Apex now. I need to take this one and I need to import it here. Okay, query, and now this. And that's gonna be a separate method here. Result, this data result, blah, blah, blah. That seems to be fine. I think we're good to go. Birth date, email. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Let's see. Thank you, Illuminati. Thank you. It's a weird thing to say, but thank you. All right. Ah, wait. I didn't enable this component actually. I can say here true. True. And let's just put all the targets. Now let's put record page and home page. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna display it. But let's see. Reload. Birthday table. Oh, let's rename. I already see. Let's rename here. Email, type text, birth date. Label is gonna be congratulate, and the same. Variant brand, I would say variant success. It would be a better one. Birth date. And here should be something like hide checkbooks column. Yeah. Deploy. Deployed. Nice. Activate. Assign as org default. Desktop. Okay. Interesting. So why is it not displayed? Because maybe the data is not queried or something. No, the data should be queried. Wait, why is it not displayed? Do we get the data? Yeah, I do get the data. Birth date. Oh, we need to query email as well. Email. Ah, name, email, and birth date. It should match exactly like this, otherwise it won't be displayed. Okay, nice, nice. Let me probably move it a little bit so that we can We can have a little bit more space. You know what? Let me actually remove it from here. Let me remove it from here. And let me put it save. Let me put it on the main page. Is there such thing as a main page? How can I modify? How to modify main? No, how to put LWC on the main page Salesforce. It's supposed to be in the app builder, right? Like from what I remember, it's supposed to be in the app builder. When I go to the app builder, I should see something like a home page. App, not app manager, app builder. Lightning app builder. Is learn Apex profitable now? We haven't even launched properly. We're still developing. It's not profitable. It's not profitable. It's draining money. So look, I don't see here home page. Is it like I need to wait? What? This Valentine component, by the way, quite cool thing. I don't get it. Like, wait. How do I override Salesforce DevOps? What? Wait, so I cannot override the home page? There's no way. There's no way. I can probably set a page. Let's say I'm gonna create a new page here. Let's say I'm gonna create a new page. Here we go, home page. That's what you wanna have. Let's say home sales page. Let's do it like this. Can I change it? What? Salesforce crashes if I try to change it? Interesting. Interesting. Alright, let's set here the component. This one, birth date. Then let's say here code analyzer, and let's put here whatever. I don't know, just trying to make it more key deals. Just the key deals, yeah. Just trying to make it looking better. What? Is it something on me? I'm trying to understand. Is it something on me or is it Salesforce? Is it this component? App launcher. Wow, you can put here an app launcher. How come Salesforce? What the hell? What the hell's going on? Okay, let's put code analyzer here. That doesn't look awesome, the homepage, but whatever. It's like, why is it crashing all the time? Is it crashing because... Okay, let me then remove all of that. Is it crashing because of this one component that I have? Or is it because it's Salesforce? Like, what the hell? Okay, let's remove this one. Code analyzer. I know that code analyzer works. Okay, so that's because of my component. But what is it about this component that crashes this thing? Let me just maybe restart this app builder. Like, look, here it works. I don't see anything that would crash the component. Edit page. Look, now it works. Now it works. Come on. Did I set it as a home page? Why is it still the not homepage? Oh my god, this stuff. I didn't know that I'm gonna spend 10 minutes on this stupid thing. Okay, finally. Finally we have something. Okay, then let's put something more. Maybe this time it's gonna work properly. Key deals, let's say, and whatever, anything that's gonna make it look better. Dashboard, nah. Today's... What is trending topics? Ah, today's tasks. That's fine. We're gonna put here. We're gonna put here the next component that we're gonna be doing. Alright, good. That's fine for now. I hope that you can see it, by the way. Like this, you can see it. Okay, so we have this one, and let me check if actually this thing is working. And let's say this show toast message. Toast message. So need to import toast, show toast. Okay, it does work. Okay. Now we need to find a way. If I click once here, we need to disable the, yeah, we need to disable this button basically. And this is gonna be a hard thing to do. It's gonna be hard. I actually don't know how to do it exactly. Let me think how to do it. Yeah, I think it should be something like this. So it should be controlled by field. So it should be controlled by the field that we query from here. If this is not possible, then we are not a good position because we might need to implement this whole thing on our own, which is, I would rather avoid it, and I would rather just delete someone from the list if that's not gonna work that way. So here we need to change congratulated to true. Yeah. Wait, that's definitely not possible, right? No, that's not possible. That's Copilot dreaming. Unfortunately, I wish it was so easy. No, we're gonna have to search for this one. Yeah, we're gonna have to search for this one, and we're gonna need to find find the right contact in data array and set grade field to true. Yep, so we find it, and um, no, wait. Wow, I cannot really think. Wait. Let me actually do it in a simple way. I'm just gonna iterate through this whole thing. Just gonna say, hey, for let contact this data like this. That's the easiest way, most straightforward way. I'm sure there's a way to do it uh, with a filter, but that Illuminati, bye, see you. But that's gonna be later. Yeah, we can always rework it. We can always rework it. No, that's fine. That should work. If that works, let's see if that's gonna work actually. And let me probably something. That's true, it's unreachable. Okay, let's see. Doesn't look great because I think we did change to congratulated true. So by default it was false. Here it was false, and now if we outputted contact before and contact after, I think we're gonna see the difference. So we did set the contact to true, but it does not trigger to re-render this congratulate, which is really not great. No, okay, now it works. Oof. That was the hardest part. That was the part that I was concerned the most, because if that doesn't work, then it's not good. Hola, Krima, welcome. Okay, so if this works, this is good. This is good. How's it going? I'm good. Everything is going great. As always, not enough time for anything. Takes forever to do anything. Okay, so now once we have this, we can actually, so because we were able to conditionally trigger this thing, we can do a couple of things. First, we need to actually commit this thing, right? So we need to say that this participant, this contact, it was notified, right? So we need to actually call this and change the checkbox in the database itself. Yeah, label. That's your right. You are right. Label. So this email sent. This it's called send email. And I probably only pass here the row ID, row.id. I don't think that we need anything else. Send email. And then here send email, contact ID. And for that we need already Apex, right? So let's write here aura enabled, contact, send email, string contact ID. I'm gonna make it to ID, contact ID. And we're gonna be querying here. Okay, changed, okay. Just imagine if it was TypeScript, it would be so much better, right? I'm not really sure what's the reason why Salesforce, if it can pick up JS docs. I wonder what's the reason why Salesforce doesn't change to TypeScript. I mean, probably there's some kind of, I don't know, maybe some architecture that doesn't allow them. I don't know if you can easily switch like one framework from JavaScript to TypeScript. I have no idea about those things. because I have spent so much time on actually uh, trying to debug things that were just type mismatch or something, where I was trying to assign a whole array, I don't know, ID to an array or something. Uh, yeah, but I guess it's too much work for Salesforce. They they have their AI stuff that they focus on. Yes, hell. Yeah. Just a side note on actually I got an idea how we could do it differently. So we could design it in a different way, in a more bulkified way. So we could, for example, here have not one button, but we could have here something like checkboxes where we click on the checkboxes and then we have only one button that says send emails. The way we could do it as well, but I don't know. I don't see any preference because this is just out of my head task, so I don't see any preferences. Otherwise, if that would be just like a real business case, you would just go to the business and ask what do they prefer, and they would say to you. And usually, if you're doing something for sales, usually they prefer the less clicking, the better. So usually that's the way they want to have it. Okay, so we have here birthday congratulated, and here we say congratulate true, and then update, and then we can also send an email. I mean, obviously it's not going to be like this. Let's not set email template. Let's, instead of this, let's set email body. Just to test it out. And then we can switch into the actually template. Okay? Okay, deploy. And now we also need to query to get this thing, to import this thing here to JavaScript, and then import send email contact ID. Yeah, result seems to be correct. We can also write here error so that we can set it. Yep. Now let's see. I didn't deploy it. Wait. Or did I? Alright, let's see if Apex is actually getting called. Probably we could also add some kind of spinner here. I see some triggers here firing. Probably I have quite a bit of triggers on the update of contact. That's fine. Yeah, I see that we've done something with triggers here on the stream too, right? With the contact trigger handlers. That's why triggers firing. Okay. But the point is, did we actually send an email? Oh, we need to make it to the URL, by the way. I didn't even know we could organize folders like this. Yeah, we can. And this is, I would say, I remember when 5 years ago I just started with Salesforce, it wasn't the case. But now we can do that. Temp email. I'm glad that you learned something. But we can't organize like this LWC. That's still not possible. Oh, okay, I see. We have set this field already. It means that at least the button works, so it's disabled if you already congratulated her. That's good. And let's see if she's getting an email. Doesn't look like this. Let's. Ah, wait. Of course, we are not setting. We're not setting an email here. Email. Of course, of course, of course. Mail. Set to addresses. Or should it be already set? I don't know. Like for some reason, whatever reason, I had in my mind that if we set the target object ID as a contact, it should already take the email from there, right? Okay, it's so annoying. Let's switch. I prefer all the time. I prefer just wrappers. So here I'm just gonna create class, contact wrapper. This is just so much better in most cases. Um, because we have a full control of what we're actually showing. Even then, it should output some sort of an error if email target address is empty. Okay. Let's just switch to wrappers. So I'm gonna have here ID, name, birthday, congratulated, email, and list of contacts. Contact wrapper. Okay, so we have contact wrappers. And let's put this thing into a separate method. Let's call it query. By birth date. And that's gonna be static list by day and month. And here we're gonna be passing integer day, integer month, month day. Okay, and here query. Okay, so we have this wrapper. Okay, let's keep it here. Query contact by ID. Yeah, this is what I also thought that it should. Let's add here a few debug logs because it's kind of stupid without debug logs. System debug, email sent to, here the contact, and let me actually make it to the proper variable. Now wait a second. How can I count the amount of emails sent? Ah, that's fine. Let's just check this out. Let's see if that part is good. Maybe so one of the things that could is that this actually this temp email is failing. Let me yeah, I think that could be actually the case. Let me go here and Gonzalez and change it to just my gmail.com. Okay, gmail.com. And the reason why I wanted to have here a wrapper, because I wanted to have here Aura enabled. I wanted to have here, how to say it, URL something, public string name URL. Let's get set. And this get set, it goes everywhere here. Add plus before the differentiate the addresses. What do you mean? Like Igor plus test. Why would I want to differentiate it? Like, I want to see if the email is actually getting sent, or what do you mean? Maybe I misunderstand you a little bit. Okay, what does it want? Ah, typo, integer. Few things. So here, Salesforce consider Igor the Gmail and Igor like two different addresses, but both end up in your inbox if an email is sent to them. Yeah, but the second one is not my email, right? So I won't see an actual email. Sorry, I don't really get it. Like the yeah, but it's ignored by the provider. Yeah, but I don't wanna it. So I don't want it to be ignored. I wanna get an actual email in my mail. Because I want to see if it actually submits something. That's my biggest. Yeah, sorry, I have never I've never seen this way of writing, and not really sure what you exactly want to do with it. And for top opportunities, I had here, just gonna steal this thing from the top opportunities because that's exactly what I want to have with the name. Yeah, okay, now we need to change everything here to the email. If I send you an email to Igor plus test, the email will end up at the address igor@gmail.com. Interesting. And okay, and why would you want to do that instead of just sending directly into the igor@gmail.com? This is interesting. Like I've never seen it. So I'm gonna learn something today. For example, on Salesforce, when you use your email for creating multiple leads or accounts and there's like duplicate rule and you don't want to use different email every time, you could just add the alias. Ah, I see. Yeah, it does make sense. It does make sense. Okay. Interesting. I didn't know about that. Okay, finally. Finally, it looks as I want. Nice. Hey, it's supposed to change the button. That's quite nice life hack. That's quite nice thing actually. Okay, now it works as I want, and let me check my email. I should have already. No, I don't have any email. Eh. What are you selling? I am building a coding school, but today I'm just coding in Salesforce. So let me add a little bit more debug logs because okay. Aha. List is no rows to assign for S object. I think that's because we are passing something wrong here. Query contacts. Uh, contact ID. Contact ID. Okay. Okay, it's called contact ID here, so that's probably not the problem why it fails. And send email. Row ID. $47. How come? How is it possible? ID, contact ID. You pass in an object when it's attribute thing. Uh, yeah, I think it's reasonable. I think it's reasonable actually. Think I think it's reasonable what you say. I'll look at contact ID undefined. That's exactly the reason. So 71. Ah, you know what? Ah, this. Fuck JavaScript. I don't know how it worked then with this button then. Because it's lowercase here. Sofu, hi. Right? It's case sensitive. So if I have row, wait, but I don't really know how it is in the row ID. Let me output the row ID. But I think it should be also case sensitive. Row ID. That's why I get undefined. And this is exactly JavaScript. We can exactly see why me, and not only me, but a lot of people don't like JavaScript. Because TypeScript would already show me immediately this problem. Here we go now. Okay. Now it seems to be working. And I see here Aura. Look at this. And look at this. I got an email. Let me show you. Here's an email. This is not a distraction. Nice. Okay, so we know that email sending part works. Now, let me, just to make sure, let me create a little bit more contacts because it was not really working before, apparently. It's gonna be, just gonna set the birthday for today. I know it's not accurate, but whatever, why not? Details. 3. Oh wow, that also doesn't sound like an accurate birthday. Nice. Look at this. Doesn't look too bad. Something that I also thought about, that in real world you would probably want to have some kind of preview of what you are sending. This is such a huge request. What I remember from working as developers, that people almost never want to just send an automated email. People want to always preview the email before they send it. But we're not going to be implementing it today. Okay, so this is one thing. Let's see if we can use email templates. New email template. Birthday template. Contact folder. Public. Subject happy birthday. Can we launch in ScreenFlow from an LWC Aura button? That's an interesting. I know that we definitely can embed a flow into the LWC. Wait, can we embed a flow in the LWC? I actually don't know. LWC, can we flow LWC, no, flow embedded into LWC? Because I remember, because yeah, I think we can. You know, there's always this type of stuff that is in ScreenFlow within the Lightning Web component. There's always this type of stuff where you sometimes you have to do, you know, like a wrapper with the Aura or something. Lightning Flow, nah, they have it, yeah, so we can definitely do that. Depending on the use case, it might be such a huge pain. Where's my case? Here's, that's what I wanted. Dear, not hey, dear name, happy birthday. Now, how can we insert here? Or we can't? Of course we can. Yeah, insert merge field. Name. Save. Name. developer name. That's what we want. What I also see here that actually our class here is not that great. It's a little bit messy here because we have here a couple of things together. We are sending an email at the same time, and it's kind of a controller, and we are sending this email. I would probably, let's see if we have enough time, but I would probably put it into another class and call it something like email sender service, something, or email service, something this regard, so that we have just better modularity and we can reuse the stuff. And final string, birthday, let's call it birthday email developer name. I hope that this name doesn't change here because it looks quite strange. You know what? Let me actually do it immediately. Let me create here, and I'm gonna call it email service. And I'm gonna put it here, move. And this one's gonna be email service, service, service send birthday email. Send birthday email, and then we're gonna move this one because it's getting way too chaotic here in this class. I think we should move it here. And subject, everything subject is defined already, so we don't need to put set to address. I think we don't need to set what ID. We only need to set the target ID, right? And we don't need subject in plain text body. This is, I don't really know actually. I don't know. Send birthday email to contact, and then here let's just pass the whole contact just to be sure. I think the address is necessary. Doesn't it take automatically the address? Like, why do I have in my head that it takes automatically the address from a contact? I might be completely wrong. I don't know, but for whatever reason, I had in mind that it takes it automatically. Deploy. Let's just test it out. Let's just test it out. Not in triggers, scripts. Where is my contact? Okay, let's deploy it and see. I didn't set a template, of course. Of course. Obviously. The set target object ID, I'm not mistaken, is used to link the email as an activity to the correct object and to fill the email template with the related data. Yes. This is what I remember, what I think as well. So we need to get here the template ID. Let's do it like this. Email template. Email template, and here query email template. Miros is asking, what are you building? In general, I'm building a coding school for Apex, but for today I'm only... Pina, welcome. Today I'm only doing Salesforce. I'm solving a little bit of LWC cases because I want to show people how to go from complete zero, nothing, to actually developing quite a sophisticated LWC case. I mean, it's not huge LWC case. It's not hard. It's not super easy as well, but it's not hard. Let's see. Is Apex good for future getting into product-based companies? I mean, oh yeah, what the hell is that? I mean, it is good for if you want to work with Salesforce. If you don't want to work with Salesforce, then it's obviously not good. Okay, so it says that it's success. Let's see if I got an email. I did get an email, and seems to be working. Dear Rose Gonzalez, happy birthday, your team Cloud Prism. Look at this. Happy birthday, nice. Everything works. And we don't use that many fields, so it's quite good. Nice, I like it. It looks very neat. I mean, it's like small classes here. I like it. The code is quite good. Okay, let's see if that works in combination with everything. Let's see. Homepage. And now if I refresh, we set the checkbox, and I supposed to get one more email, and I get exactly the same email here. Nice! Look at this. It's already working to some extent. Now let's think about how we're gonna basically clear this part, because we are setting here, here's the problem. We are setting, if we go here to Rose Gonzalez, we are setting here congratulated. And what happens when the next year we're gonna query those checkboxes? They're gonna be already checked, right? And here, really, there's so many solutions how you could solve it. Really there's no single one that is better than another one, because it all depends on what kind of use case do you have, what kind of company do you have, how many contacts do they have. Do they have 100 contacts, or do they have thousands of contacts? How much this feature is going to be used? Like, there's so many factors that your solution will really depend on each case. And because in this case, what we have here is completely out of my head thing, and we cannot really go to business and speak what's the preferred solution for you would be. We have to come just to go with one of the cases. And I'm gonna imagine as if we have thousands of contacts that we work with. Okay, not thousands, maybe it's a little bit overstated, but we have a lot of them. And for efficiency reasons, we decided to use batch because we have a lot of these checkboxes to clear. So what we're gonna do, and again, here we have so many ways to do it. We can, for example, create a scheduled Apex that's gonna run every day and that's gonna check the checkboxes for the last day. We can also create a batch that's gonna query all the contacts in the last month and set them into the check, like basically delete the checkbox. We can go on the monthly basis, we can go on the daily basis, we can go on the weekly basis, on the bi-weekly basis. So there's really no like super good or super bad solution. I will go, just because I want to show you how to create a batch plus scheduled Apex, I'm gonna go for batch Apex that's gonna run once a week, and we're gonna query all the contacts that had in the last 7 days that they had a birthday, and we're gonna uncheck them. Welcome. Azap, hi. Thank you for subscribing. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. But before I do that, guys, just 5 minutes break, and then I'm gonna go back here. Okay.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Pop in the club, in love with the dub. Active, yeah, I'm free like a dove. In love with the bass, in love with the sub, in love with the energy I get from above. Pop in the club, in love with the dub. Active, yeah, I'm free like a dove. In love with the bass, in love with the sub, in love with the energy I get from above. Wheel it, take it back. Fire burning on the track. Get down, make it clap. Like 1, 2 bars, we do that. Come around, families here, come around, good time here, come around, nobody share, come around, families here, come around, good time here, come around, nobody share, come around, get down, yeah, we get down, shit waving up, we get down, oh, is that original sound, up if we're over, show that mission as well, hold it down, jump in the car, let me know, give us, ow, I feel the rhythm in the bass and jazz, I feel the rhythm in the bass and jazz, I feel the rhythm in the bass and jazz, I feel the rhythm in the bass and jazz, I feel the rhythm in the bass and jazz, I feel the rhythm in the bass and I feel the rhythm in the bass and jazz, I see the bass in the bass the best, I feel the rhythm in the bass and jazz, let me the bass in the bass the best, rhythm in the bass, 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 get down, 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 get down. Come around, families here, come around, good time here, come around, nobody share, come around, families here, come around, good time here, come around, nobody share, come around, rhythm in the bass, 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 rhythm in the bass.
Okay. So, you ready? You ready to continue? Let's go. That's what I also think. Let's go. That was actually a nice song. And as always, what do I have here? I have a coffee. Okay, so I have this one. Now, what I want to do is I want to clean up basically this whole math. And as I already stated, there's no better or worse solution because we don't know the business case. Definitely some solutions that would be less good in most cases, I would say. For example, I don't even know an example. I probably know, like, probably a lot of different solutions would work depending on the case. But because I want to demonstrate here how to do a batch class with a scheduled, let's do a batch class with scheduled. So here I'm gonna say birthday checkbox. And also keep in mind that this approach would be a little bit over engineering for a lot of different cases. Oh, wait, so what do you write there, Fatih? Wait a second. What do you write there? This is Fatih. Twitch was banned for my country, and it's unbanned. That's why I followed today on Twitch. A little late today, was thinking what needed. You're like a medicine. Today I'm an LWC day and this project looks great. Awesome. Did you finish all the tasks on the platform? Yeah, this is crazy. Why did Turkey is going this mad? Like, what the hell? They banned Twitch, right? So you need to use VPN or something, right? It's unbanned. What? So you want to say that Turkey banned and unbanned Twitch? Okay, so they banned Turkey, unbanned. Why? What the hell? Like, this is so stupid. What are they trying to do with this? Wow. I mean, yeah. Okay, that's quite stupid. Gambling streams. Ah, yeah. Okay, so where we are? Okay, we wanted to do a batch, right? Batch that's gonna clean up those congratulated. And I was saying that keep in mind that this solution might be a little bit over engineering for quite a bit of different scenarios. Because imagine you basically just want to have this simple LWC and then you create batch, and on top of that you also need to create tests for each of them. You need to create kind of integration tests, you need to create tests for just each of them. So that's kind of like, that's a lot of work for such a simple LWC component, but that's still something that you could do. Maybe in some cases you would go for a much simpler solution, because simpler solution also is a benefit, right? Birthday. Let's see, birthday batch. Birthday removal. Nah. Let's say birthday congratulation batch. Everyone knows that the most difficult part of Apex is actually naming class, right? Implement database batchable. Query locator. And by the way, I have never seen anyone using anything except of query locator here. I would be quite curious if everyone knows what would be the benefit of using iterator, and I'm quite curious to hear, because I literally all the time hear is query locator, and I have never seen anyone using anything else, and I personally didn't use anything else, so I don't really know. Yeah. Okay, so with the query locator, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult than that, than birthday today, and we're not gonna have any cases. And finish, we're not gonna have any do something, just gonna leave it empty. And list contact scope, I usually call it contacts, don't call it scope, because scope is kind of meaningless. Or sometimes I also call it, like, for example, like contacts to remove checkbox, something in this regard, like something that is more specific than just contacts, or even worse, scope. And let me put this thing here into the case 4. Okay, we have query locator, and Let me think. So basically we need to query here. Let me just describe what we need to query here. We need to query all contacts with congratulated congratulated set to true and birth date in the last 7 days. That's what we need to do. Can we somehow reuse this query? Query contacts by day and month? No, we can't. But let me put it here so that I can see it. Because I think how can we make this with the interval, right? So we can basically do the same. It's going to be this similar query. But it's going to be where in the last 7 days. Let's do it like this. Here they. So month, it's gonna be. Here's the difficulty. It can be multiple months, right? Aha, that's interesting. So I made life for myself a little bit more difficult by saying that we're gonna take the last 7 months because. Because it can be, for example, 3rd of March, right? So 3rd of March, it means from 20 what? From 20, don't want to show my calendar actually. From 26th February to 3rd of March. Okay, so integer day start. It would be easier if we could use something like birth date in the last 7, like, you know, we have this date literals, right? What is the CLS? CLS is just class in Apex. It's an extension of class in Apex. Usually, if you have literal, you have something like last n days and then 7. Something like this, but we cannot really do that because birth date is not like is like in the last 50 years or something. So what we actually want to have here is a day from the birth date in the last 7 days. But then it's not true because we cannot say the same day from here like this. Doesn't work. Can't do that. But good news, because that can be only 2 months. It can be either current month or it can be the last month, right? So we cannot have too many choices. Integer start date. Add days -7. Actually, other way around. -1. That's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna calculate today, right? So yesterday will be the finish. And basically the same is gonna be for month. It's just I need to think about day start. Let's say month start. Month end. Here we take month. Month. Okay, I think it will be something in this regard. Day in month. Wait, this is wrong. This is wrong. Here should be day, and here should be month. Just by accident is because today is the 3rd of the 3rd month. We didn't spot this mistake. But yeah, now that was wrong. This is correct. It's correct. Day in month, day, calendar month, month. So it will be day in month, will be equal, will be more than date start, and it's gonna be less than day end. This one condition. And the second condition would be calendar month and calendar month equal to either month start or month end. I think that would be the right condition. Let's ask ChatGPT if I'm correct. Specifically, your condition day in month more than day start is a contradictory as. Oh yeah, not day start, day end. That's true. What about now? Wait, what? Nah, this is wrong. Because birthday is like, let's say someone's 30 years old, the birthday will be 30 years ago, not 7 days ago. Yeah, why would it be wrong? Saker, hi. Why would it be wrong? I don't get it. Can't GPT can take your job, but still can give lessons to him. Yeah, but I don't get. I think that ChatGPT has something in mind, something that I don't really get right now, that I cannot really like see through. Uh, can you give an example of a example when my query would give the wrong result? And this is the power of ChatGPT. Imagine you couldn't really do this, because this is such a good benefit for development. You can ask, and you can ask to challenge your solutions, ChatGPT, and okay, so let's see. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna test it out here in the developer console. Contact. It's gonna be a list of contacts. List contacts. System.debug contacts. Now let me set those things to the right values. So what does the ChatGPT say that end of month scenarios? This is exactly what I was trying to handle. So let's say end of, I mean, if we do just today, right? That's gonna be right. Let's go to one of the contacts and let's change, for example, Josh Davis. Let's change his birthday to last. It's gonna be 2nd, and it's gonna be 28th. So he should be included into this query when I query it. So if I'm gonna query here, day start will be 28th. Day end would be 3rd. Month start would be 2nd. And month end would be 3rd. Execute. Nothing. Why? Ah, greater than 29 and less than 2 simultaneously. Ah, damn it. Formatting dates painfully on LWC projects, maybe because of the different format in LWC. I would say dates in Sokol are painful in general. That's why I struggle a little bit right now, because Adrian, nice to know your business process. It has helped me a lot to see your process and myself. I started to create a team to create my first SaaS app. Nice, nice. Glad to hear that. What kind of app? I hope you first made some kind of interviews and researched your topic before actually creating an app. Damn. So let's try think differently. What can we do? Can we do it in some other way? Budget app. Okay. Did you try to solve it first before you do, or like what's your approach? So here we can try to do it differently. We can try to do it as a scheduler app. Okay. If you wanna, you can send us link and we're gonna check it out on the stream. Or you can send link in the Discord channel. By the way. Please don't do this spam. So here we need, maybe we can do some other approach. Maybe we can do something like date, start date, and date end date, and then we can go and take. This is, no, we can't, right? Because that's the problem. We need only 2 components out of the birthday. We need the day component, and then we need only the month component. How would you fix this problem? How would you solve? Nah, that's stupid. Ah, look at this. Calendar month in. Okay, this is less stupid now. What if we do something like this? Create a list of days. Create a list of month, and then query all contacts where month in list of months and day in the list of days. something, for example, something like this. List of integers, days, month, for integer I is equal to 0 less than 5. Yeah, something like this. And then here we would have something like where day in a month in days. What about this? Would it work? Let's try it out. Like, I don't know. I cannot really think it through. Let's ask ChatGPT. Would something like this work? It might, I don't know. I mean, this is so much longer than I initially thought to spend on it. And we're gonna start here with 1. Because I don't want to do it today. However, there are a few consideration potential issues to address for this to work properly. Can you name? I see. Damn it. Damn it. I see it. I see what it mean. Wow. Basically, if we have, it's gonna also take everything that, for example, not only on the in the December of this one, it's also gonna take on the January 30. Yeah, that's totally valid. Totally valid concern. I totally agree. Okay, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. I have another idea in mind. What if we create a new field in Salesforce? New field in Salesforce. Let's say a new formula. New formula in Salesforce. we take the day of the birthday and we make it to a formula, and then we take the calendar month and we make it to a formula. Date value of method maybe can work. I mean, that's not the problem, not the value of. The problem is that the SOQL query itself. So the SOQL query itself, and I mean, there's what ChatGPT suggests. It's definitely possible to do. Like this whole thing where you iterate and dynamically create this SOQL, I think it's just much worse solution. It's like worst case. If nothing works, then you go for this one. But I still hope to find another solution. I still hope to find a way to do it more natively. Or you know what we can do? New formula in Salesforce. Birthday. Okay, wait. I have few other ideas. So I had an idea to have here start date and end date with a new instance, create with a new instance, but that no, I don't think it's gonna be working, because again we have the same problem that we cannot put here a range. Yeah, don't think it's gonna work. Okay, another. So I think let's see if we can do that. What if we go here and let me put it into words. What if we create a date field, a date formula on the contact that will contain day dot month dot 2024, where 2024 is today's year, but day and month are taken from birthday. This way we could write an easy way here, something like date, start date, end date, would it work? Or again, do I have some kind of logical mistake? Okay, ChatGPT seems to be approving my solution. Nice. And that even gives me formula. Let's do that. I think that's the best. I think that's the best way. I think that's the best way. I know that for that we're gonna need to create a field, and you're kind of trying to avoid. If you can, why would you create a separate field, right? But if we have to, then we have to, right? And it's gonna be formula. It's gonna be date, and let's call it birth date normalized. And it's not gonna be on the anywhere. It's gonna be just basically like a system field. Okay, seems to be working. Gonna make. Wait, was it visible? Should be visible. Just should not be on the layouts. Okay, let's see what would be this field here on this one. Birth date normalize. So this is my idea. I'm not really sure if that's gonna work though. What ChatGPT says would be the yeah. I think this is the best solution. If that works, this is definitely the best solution that we can come up with. How could I... Can you write a quick Apex script? No, it's not really a quick test, but yeah. Let me just put this thing into the developer console. Now we should be able to query the contact that we create. Okay, so here's start date normalized. What's the problem? Ah, 2 times where? Empty. Why? So this one. It's a second of 28. So it should be in between of those. Didn't know it's gonna take me so much time to implement this thing. This is crazy. Don't understand what's wrong here. Ah, because he's not congratulated. That's why. Now I see that he's not congratulated. Ah. Still empty. Why? I don't get it. Why? Why? Oh, wait. Start date. Other way around. That's the start date. That's the end date. Ooh. Okay, so what you just have seen is basically brainstorming of or breaking through idea that doesn't really work. So the first idea didn't work, the second idea didn't work, the third idea didn't work, but the last idea worked. And ChatGPT contributed quite a lot to this brainstorming process. And this is the whole power of AI. So if you're not using AI, chances are you would spend 30 minutes more on implementing this whole thing. And I would say quite high chance. I would definitely spend 30 minutes or maybe even an hour more than I did now. Okay, so we have this one. Oof, what did we wanted to do? We wanted to go through these contacts and we wanted to iterate through them. And we wanted to set them contact. We wanted to set them that congratulated false. And then update. That's quite easy. As soon as we have this awful date part, that's quite good. Formal idea was damn good. I'm surprised that I came up with this idea because, you know, I was circling around, and this is, I think it shows what it shows for me, and I'm always surprised how the actual solution usually is not at all what you think about. It's like usually some kind of workaround completely, and we could have wrote it in the same in the first idea that I had with like date range. This is the most obvious idea, and this is the way I would approach it, like let's say 2-3 years ago when I didn't have that much of experience. But the more experience you get, the more of this type of things you kind of see, because you kind of see that the first idea that you get might be not the real one, like might be not the working one. And I'm glad that this works now. Maybe it still has flaws, but I would say that this is the best approach that I could come up with. Is this Java? It's not. It's Apex. And actually, from my experience, dates in SQL queries, they're usually quite challenging. Okay, update, congratulations, email service. Yeah, now the only thing that we need is we need here scheduled. We need birthday congratulations scheduled. And this scheduled probably, I think, like month couldn't find that, still didn't finish the date section of the platform because they're a nightmare. Yeah, totally agree. Implement schedulable. Okay, execute congratulations schedule, and here we need start batch. Database execute batch. Birthday congratulation batch. Yeah, so the schedule part itself is quite easy because basically we take the scheduled and we wait, invalid type. What do you mean invalid type? Did I deploy this one? So deployed? So what do you mean invalid type? Okay, now it works. Yeah, basically we have our batch and we can't really directly schedule batch. Now here you have also few ways of doing that. For example, what you could do is you can say here implements database and comma schedulable. And then you can go and implement here execute method from here. So you can take this one and move it here. Move it here. I don't like this approach because you're mixing two interfaces, the batchable and schedulable. So I like to keep it modular, and it also has downside because you basically have here scheduled that doesn't do anything. You have a schedule that only executes batch, which has the downsides, but I think it's fine. And then you go here, you go Apex classes, schedule Apex, and here you search for this one, birthday congratulations scheduled, and birthday scheduled, and let's say we want to do it each Sunday, start and finishes summer 2025. Preferred start 5 o'clock, 3. Let's make it 3. So everyone sleeps there. Sunday, save like this, and that's gonna work. I'm gonna go and remove the scheduled Apex because Apex jobs. Wait, where can I remove this thing? Schedule jobs. Yep. Manage. Yeah, I'm gonna delete this thing because I don't want to have anything scheduled. But that's the way you would instantiate this thing. Let's see. So this works. This works as well. Congratulate. Yeah, all of that works. And then if you refresh, everything's still working. Congratulate. Nice. Everything's working. Now at this point, the only one thing that we are missing are tests. So let's write the tests. Even though I really, really don't want to write tests. I really don't want to write tests. Because tests are really usually straightforward. So usually writing tests, it's basically just writing work. There's no creativity, there's no solving like we just did. just basically just writing tests. That's it. Like it's so, I don't know. It's so boring. Is test. This one's gonna be also is test. Let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. Okay, let's Google Apex test batch. Okay, so we have with the batch, we have the same thing. We have a job, right? One note on testing emails in Apex. Don't try to do that. It's basically quite useless to test emails in Apex because it's super hard to test them. They usually doesn't really work, and yeah, I mean it's just bad. So don't try to test emails. Okay, so few critique point on this code that you see. First, Surya, hi. First is that not right amount of white spaces behind different. How can you put here a white space and here doesn't make sense. And then naming your variable BA is kind of against best practices because you don't want to have it. Okay, so birthday congratulation page. We can at least call it birthday badge. Birthday badge, and here we put it execute batch 5. Doesn't matter because in test we don't really execute anything in batch. So from that, okay, so how are we gonna test it? Let's say test, let's say congratulated positive. Congratulated test positive. Okay, so what I'm gonna test here is that I'm gonna create here a new contact, and that's gonna be birthday today and insert contact. Now, when we insert the contact, I'm just gonna make sure that contact.congratulated just set to false. We actually it is by default set to false, but just will make sure. So we insert the contact here, and then I run my batch. And then one thing that I want to test is that job is there. What are you doing, bro? I'm writing some Salesforce stuff. Assert r equals integer job count. Okay, so here first we count that the job is actually instantiated. Okay, so and then here I'm gonna be expected job count. I'm gonna put here expected job count here equal to 1, and that's gonna be an integer before we actually start with our test logic. And then the next thing that I'm gonna test is that this congratulated will probably should be set to true, right? Should be set to true. So for that, I need to refresh in my Apex execution. I need to refresh the contact, and then I can say assert is true contact congratulated. That would be my test. Let's see. Are equal because deploy. Another by the way, this is wrong because system is a class, and all the classes they should be written with a capital S here in the beginning. The same as lead, for example. Lead is a class, so it's written with a capital. Test is a class written with a capital. This is a class, But this one is also a class, so why would you write this one with a small one? Whenever you see examples on the internet, they usually follow such bad practices, like really, especially the code styling, usually in most cases horrible on the internet. Like really horrible. Not just bad, it's just very horrible in most cases. New run. Birthday congratulation best. Okay, let's see. Tests. It fails. Why does it fail? Attempt to do reference, null object. 2024. Was it 24 again? Parse the main from email. Oh wait, this is something. This is something else. Parse domain from email. I have here triggers. Let me disable this contact trigger. I don't want to have it. Right now it's not relevant for our case. It basically shows that we wrote the trigger a little bit not correct the last time. But it's fine. Doesn't really matter for our situation right now. Okay, so where's the test? Now I think if I rerun it, we're gonna get either another error or that's gonna work. Let's see. Both of these cases would be nice. Okay, assertion failed. That's good. Line 23. Line 23. Well, exactly. So I need to uncheck the checkbox, not check the checkbox. I need to uncheck it. Which means that here I need to set it to true, and then I need to check that it is false. Right? Whenever you have a test failing, it's two possible solutions. Your test is wrong, your code is wrong, right? One of them. In this case, we are lucky because the test is wrong. And test is significantly easier to fix than... Okay, so we have this one. Nice. Have this one, and that was the positive scenario. Let's do a negative scenario. Negative scenario, this one is not set at all. Negative. And then we expect here, I can remove this one because we already tested for this one, so I don't need the job ID. And is false, contact here, I need, yeah, it still should be false if we don't do anything. This is the negative part. Let's see, new run. Okay, so both of them work fine. Now this is done. Now we're gonna do the same for here. It's usually don't really need to do much of the testing for this one because it's basically just a schedule that you use for instantiating your batch Apex, right? So usually there's not gonna be much to it, but let's still add it here. Is test. Oops. Sorry, what's going on here? Is test. Yeah, let me Google it. Scheduled test Apex. Oh, this annoying thing. Oh, that's quite a bad test, but you know what? By the way, what happened to music? Did we listen to every single music here? I don't think there's such thing as a test.schedule job, right? And it should go outside because it doesn't belong to the logic. Basically, you should between test.start test and stop test, you should always have only your business process. So actually, what are you executing? Now, here we need to query this query job and check if it was scheduled. That's what we need to do. And okay, cron trigger. I take my words back. This is actually a good test. The only one thing that here this stop and start test, they should be moved outside. And also hard coding dates is in 99.9% is a bad idea. You don't want to do it. You don't want to hard code anything. I'm not gonna do that. Just want to make sure that cron. Okay, let's call it cron trigger. Wait, is there any other example of testing a scheduled? Cron. And this is also example of something that's where Salesforce actually doesn't have really that good of an example, or doesn't follow the industry best practice, because this is usually not what you would do. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it that way anyway. Okay, assert equal value of show me where's your cron expression, Salesforce. Where's the cron expression? I only see this. I wouldn't say it's a really good test. But it's fine. So we create here a cron expression. We schedule birthday batch scheduled, and we run here. The reason why I don't really check for other things is usually that scheduled is not. You don't really need extensive testing for scheduled. Just need to pass the 75% or have 100% so that you have a little bit more flexibility in other cases. But otherwise, there's not that much to test in our case for the scheduled. So that's we don't really need to have this thing. Here we would have a little bit more to test. Let's create a new Apex class and call test. And let's ask ChatGPT to do the same, basically. Can you write a simple test for this Apex class? Yeah, for that to use, we need to set here to make it public, actually, which is a good idea. In general, wrappers making public, I think it's a good idea in most cases. Okay, and here switch to assert r equal size. So we're checking that we got an actual only one. Yeah, and here also usually, let's not mix. Let's use this one to match. Test send email. Is true. Yeah, they seem to be fine, those. I mean, we can also here include multiple different cases, right? So we can, for example, here, let's first make sure. Okay, let's make sure that those tests are working, and let's see. Oh, I need to put it here is test. I can say here last name, for example. Doesn't really matter. We're not checking those things anyway. Last name. And people always also ask, why don't you use Data Factory? I don't see, for this particular case, there's no reason at all to use Data Factory. Like, not at all. And actually, I kind of like, I don't know, Data Factory, sometimes it's such a huge anti-pattern. It's, if you can avoid Data Factory, just avoid it. Just avoid it. Okay, let's run actually before this one runs, okay? Controller. Let's run them. Failing. Why? Oh, because we're checking here. I see. Last name. Last name. Because that's the required field on the contact, not the first name. What's wrong? Does not exist. Oh, yeah, here it's gonna be just name. Yeah, it's gonna be just name because it's a wrapper, right? Yep. Okay, so those cases work. Now we can do some kind of negative cases. We can, for example, remove here birth date at all. We can also try and see if we get an error. We can also go and try to have different last name, first name. We can experiment with other fields like email, for example. We can do a lot of things. I don't really want to do them right now because it doesn't bring anything to my, like, that would be already good enough. If you have this type of tests for each of them, that's already good enough. Let's just focus on this one. And let's ask ChatGPT, can you create now similar simple tests for this Apex class? Email service test. And reserve single email capacity. What? That's definitely not the way this should be tested. So the thing with testing emails in Apex is that you can't really test what emails have you sent. You can only test the amount of emails you sent. And Apex email sent test. Yeah, so we need to basically get invocations. Where's an example? Can they give an example? Yeah, this one. This is basically the way you should test emails in Apex. So here, let me first, yeah, let me make here is test email service, and then we're gonna have test start test and stop test. By the way, I see a lot of people doing something like this. I don't think it's a good way of structuring, because usually you have this kind of line where you push everything on the right a little bit when you have those curly brackets, not within the start and stop test. That's at least my perception of that. I would not like to have it. So here we're gonna say service send birthday emails. And do we return anything? No, it's a void method. So before we do that, we need to create contact here. A contact, first name, last name, email, doesn't really matter. Mail.com. Insert contact, and now we use this contact, we pass it here, and we calculate here invocations, and then we say that at least one email should have been sent. Invocations, an email should have been sent. Let me make it assert are equal. So we test for the emails that are sent, deploy it, and then we go here to the developer console. So we go to the developer console, and here we can new suit. We can create a new suit. Let's say birthday suit. New suit. So this is a life hack birthday suit. This is a life hack for someone who, if you have a lot of tests that you want to run all the time, just create a suit. For example, here I want to run 4 different test classes. Click on save and test new suit run, and I just run the whole suit, run suits, and then it just runs everything. And we can see that the test was successful. And where's our birthday? And we have 100%, 100%. And email service 100% as well. Doesn't mean, so 100% doesn't mean anything, because you can have 100% and you can have completely wrong tests. In our case, it's kind of in the middle. Those tests are not really good. They are decent. They're not perfect, they're not super good, because we are not calculating for a lot of different cases. We are not testing for negative cases. We are not doing unit test. We're not doing integration tests. We're not doing a lot of stuff, but they're good enough. They're gonna make definitely good. Like, if you have this quality of code in your org, that's for 99% of the orgs, that's already really good. That's already really, really good. And if you look at what we implemented, I think I'm quite proud of what we have done today, because look, it works. It works really, really well. Congratulate, and I click and email is sent. And do I get an email? I do get an email. Look at this. This is email, and we are using templates. We are creating the template, so we don't use any Apex related logic, which is good, because we have the whole control over what kind of email is being sent on the admin part, so we don't need any code involvement. And that's it for today. This is what we have. Thank you everyone for joining today's stream. And write me what other cases would you like to see, because from tomorrow we are back on the track. We're gonna be doing much more business stuff. I'm gonna just showing how I'm building my business. I think today was really, really good. So if you want to hang out here, go join Discord, and see you there. Thank you everyone.